here internally, and we just did a lot talk. My team does a podcast and going over lot issues and a lot of things that we've been talking about, especially heading into this year, 2025, would be bucket management, right? That helps you eliminate aging problems and so forth. And when we talk about bucket management, it's typically managing your age buckets, 0 to 15, 16 to 30, how to get this used car inventory moving and managing age buckets. And there've been, again, we've been talking a lot about this. And so I wanted to dig deeper into bucket management because I think, again, the default is managing your aging buckets. Okay. If you got 30 units sitting in your 16 to 30 age bucket, what's your sale rate on that? And that's one area that we focus on the most when we talk to our inventories. I can spend the whole meeting just digging through your age buckets, finding issues, again, to eliminate an aging problem. And so one of the things, how we manage that and what ways that I would be looking at it is looking at how many units are in 16 to 30 age bucket. Let's say there's 30 units sitting in there. And then look at what you sold in the last 2 weeks. Let's say you're on pace to sell, or you sold 10 units out of that age bucket in the last 2 weeks. Well, if you want to turn your inventory each month, well, if I've only sold 10 in 2 weeks, if I times that by 2, that puts me on pace to sell 20 in a month. And I want to sell all 30, right? So if I got 30 in that age bucket, and I'm only on pace to sell 20, I'm 10 units off pace. And that's what I talk about in this Work the Facts. That's book. Go to workthefacts.com. Amazon, it's like $12.95, but all these metrics are in there. But that's basically, it's a factual problem on your lot. Do you want to fix it? Do you want to address it? You should know this. So there's areas, if you want to reach out to me, I can walk you through your inventory tool to find this. But go look at what you're selling in a 2-week window on your age bucket and say, okay, I got 30 in stock, only on pace to sell 20. If I don't increase my sale rate on that 16 to 30 age bucket, a lot of those cars are going to bleed through to become 31 and 45 days old. So I need 10 more units out of that age bucket. So that's the first line of attack. But just like I titled this, there's more buckets to manage than age buckets. Okay. You got to expand your inventory management. And areas that we look at will be segment. Okay. Let's talk about large pickup trucks. Let's do the same math. Let's say I have 30 large pickup trucks in inventory. Well, maybe I've only sold 10 in the last 2 weeks. That puts me on pace to sell 20 large pickup trucks with 30 in stock. I'm 10 units off pace in large pickup trucks. Now, if you start digging into that, you start seeing doubling down. And what I mean by that, you might have a large pickup truck sitting in that 16 to 30 age bucket. But that's bucket management. Isolate the large pickup trucks and start managing that bucket. Maybe compact SUVs, you got 20 in stock, but you're on pace to sell 30. Well, that means bucket management. I need to buy 10 more compact SUVs because I'm outselling what's sitting there. So I need to increase my compact SUVs, but I need to start by buying more. I need to increase how many I have in stock to my current sale rate, but I need to start increasing my sales on trucks, or those things are going to bleed through in age. Now that's segment. Next, look at years. We know late model cars are riskier, 2023s, 2024s. If you have, just look at bucket management by years. Maybe 2019s, again, are selling at a good rate. I got 20 in stock on pace to sell 30. I need 10 more 2019s. But my 2023s, I got 30 in stock, only on pace to sell 20. I'm 10 units off pace in 2023s. Now we're talking double or triple whammy. What if you happen to have a 2023 large pickup truck sitting in your 16 to 30, right? That's a way to bucket manage. So I would be looking at not just age, I'd be looking at segment, I'd be looking at year, I'd be looking at price point. Maybe your $50,000 to $55,000 cars are sitting, but your 25 to 30 grand cars are selling. Same math. I got $50,000 to $55,000 issue. Let's isolate that bucket and attack it. And I need to go buy more 25 to 30s. Okay. So that's an actionable game plan. But now you're talking about 3 issues. What if you happen to have a large pickup truck that's a 2023 sitting in your 16 to 30 that's priced at 50 to 55 grand, right? And so by isolating all different types of areas as bucket management, not just age, you start seeing big problems on your inventory. Okay. Now, not only would I be looking at years, segment, price point, look at makes. Maybe you're a Ford store and maybe your Fords are the issue because maybe you're too proud too long. You got 30 Fords in stock, only on pace to sell 20. They're opposite. Or maybe it's your non-Fords. Maybe your buyer went out and bought a bunch of Nissans because they're available at the auction and we needed 15 units, so he bought 12 of them. Well, if I look at my Nissans, maybe the 12 that I have in stock, I'm only on pace to sell 8. I'm 4 units heavy in a Nissan, right? Maybe it's a 2023 sitting in that 16 bucket, 16 to 30 bucket, right? So not only looking at segment, year, price point, make, you could do the same thing with miles per year, okay? Sometimes we're too proud of a low mile car and we hold on to, but maybe a miley cars are slowing down our sale rate. Or maybe I'm really aggressive on my miley cars and they're selling fast and I need more of them. They're actually doing good on my lot, okay? And my low mile cars, I'm too proud too long and they're sitting. And so there's those areas of attack too. So maybe I have a low mile 2023 large pickup truck, $50,000 to $55,000 sitting in my 16 to 30 bucket. That's all factual data that you can control and work on. You know, we're on the clubhouse, our used car clubhouse this morning, and somebody was talking about managing the controllables. You know, control what you control and do something about it. You can isolate trucks and attack that bucket. You can isolate 2023s, attack that bucket. Go after the 2019s and acquire more of those. I can attack my miley cars. I can attack my Nissans. I can attack my 16 to 30. Has nothing to do with what's happening on the market data, has nothing to do with what's happening at the auction or MMR or the book outs or whatever else. That data is important, but you need to control your controllables, manage not just your age bucket, but segment, years, price point. You get the point here. So that's the area that, you know, we pull out and we start isolating inventory differently. And let's just talk about other controllables, and I'll end it here. As you're managing these age buckets, lead management should match that. Okay. You know, I'm kind of adding, I mentioned these in all my different talks, but I'm putting it into one here. If I'm heavy in large pickup trucks, let's isolate large pickup truck leads and start increasing contact ratios on large pickup trucks so I don't have to drop my pricing. If I have a problem with 2023s, let's isolate my leads on my 2020s and start calling and emailing those leads, regardless if it's 50 days old or 2 days old. Let's increase contact. If I'm heavy in $50,000 to $55,000 cars, let's, again, control what I control. I got leads on some of these cars. Let's increase contact ratio. Figure out which ones don't have leads and what we got to do to get leads on them. Is there a switch? So I had a 50 grand truck, it's sold. Can I put them on this truck? Okay. So all this bucket management is great for used car manager, but also that used car manager needs to flip it into the role of the sales staff or BDCs that's managing leads and start bucket managing leads based on inventory issues, not managing leads based on the age of the lead. And you heard me say this before. I get a lead. I don't know if they're 2 days out or 2 months out. So managing leads based on the age of the lead is relevant to the customer's buying cycle, and it's relevant to the bucket management I'm doing on my lot. So why don't we manage leads based on situations that I can control and that I have issues in, right? If I need more 2019s because they're selling fast, right? I go buy 10 of them. I put them in my inventory. Let's go back. That's bucket management, right? I need more of these. I'm going to go buy some more. Now I happen to have leads that were on these ones that sold. Try to switch them to the ones you got in stock. So bucket management, don't just look at age buckets because that's the default. Look at all these little areas that you can tweak. And again, that's kind of what we specialize in, is find this data out of your inventory management tool. Don't matter, vAuto, VinQ, Dealers Link, Max, ACV Max. Those are the areas that we can help you in and isolate those leads out for you to help you make those attacks, if that makes sense. You can do this manually, and you got to dig through it. And that's why I share this, because this is stuff that you can do yourself today. But this is what you need to be looking at going into 2025, because again, we're back to a normal market. Cars are depreciating. You're going to have to stay ahead of this market. And like David Long always says on our Clubhouse Friday mornings, all things used cars, is you control, your own economy, and you get to control how that inventory moves, regardless interest rates go up or down, economy's good or bad. If you keep bucket management and both in inventory and lead management, you can control the traffic on your inventory and how it sells. You've got full success. Okay. So I hope this was helpful. If you like the demo, see how we can really help you stay on top of this and clicks of a button and give you your actionable game plans every day, lotwalk.com. And I have a great Christmas. Merry Christmas is coming around the corner, or any holiday you happen to celebrate, and have a great New Year's if I don't talk to you by then. Thanks.